So I've got a massive unboxing for you. Let's get into these boots. Before we get started though, I need to give a quick shout out to Evangelista Sports, without whom this video would not be possible. They gave me the boots to review, so if you guys are interested in a pair of these for yourself or any other sock review, be sure to hit that first link down below in the description, okay? They are a fantastic company, all great soccer stuff. Be sure to check them out, give them some love, and let's get into the video. What's up everybody? Mike McIntyre here, back from All Things Sports. I have a brand new video for you guys today. I'm so excited to bring you this new unboxing and review, and of course on feet, of this brand new boot from Nike. So long are the Magistas. Welcome the Phantom Vision. We're going to talk about that in today's video, so let's get into it. Alright guys, so in front of me I have a pair of Nike Phantom VSN Elite DFs. Wow, that is a mouthful, and one hell of a name. They have now two boots, two different silos with the name Phantom in it. If you ask me, I have no idea why they would do that. Why on earth do they need to have a Hypervenom Phantom and now a Phantom Vision? I really don't know, but that is their name choice. The Magistas are now gone. That boot is sailed. They've had a 4-year span with two different models, with the Ober 1 and then of course the Ober 2, and as well as the Opus and all that, blah 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 blah. But of course now we have this Phantom Vision. So in the box we have a string bag right here. So string bag is the same as all of Nike's other string bags. You have the colors of the boot itself making up the string bag. Gray strings, this sort of crimson color as Nike calls it, black swoosh, gray main part of the bag with a pocket on the inside. Let's get that out of the way. These are the Nike Phantom Vision boots that are set to replace the Magista Obra, as I said before. So this is a brand new boot. It's a brand new silo. It's somewhat interesting. We have seen leaks of these online for the past little while. Players have been testing them. They've done research, according to Nike, with pro players and high-level players to see what they need most in a football boot. And so this is what they have come up with. So we're going to talk about the upper material. We'll go over all the performance specs. We'll slip them on feet. We're going to do a little review, and that will be, of course, today's video. So taking a look at these boots from right out of the box, they are very interesting. There's a really unique texture to them. We're going to talk about that. They have these tags on it, so of course you have a dynamic fit collar. Once again, this tag simply says the dynamic fit collar creates a seamless integration between the boot and the lower leg. And then you have this tag that has the ghost lacing system. So let's undo these laces, and we're going to take these tags off because we don't really need them anymore. So they have this tag, I think it's on the other boot as well. Loosen lace fully before foot entry, tighten and tie lace 3-play. Wow, so they have to give you the actual steps on that tag to tell you how to use the laces. I'm shocked. Well done, Nike. Well done. Okay, so of course, that is a look at the boot. So you do have this lacing system here. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about the upper and, of course, review all the tech specs. So the Phantom Vision introduces a brand new upper material, or upper technology, let's call it. It's called quadfit. So essentially what they've done on this boot is create two separate layers, I suppose is the best way to describe it. So you have this sort of inner booty, I guess you can call it, somewhat similar to like some sort of basketball shoes. Jordan's kind of did this in the past. They have like an inner booty here and then an outer shell. So I guess it's somewhat like the glitch as well, but instead of being them two completely separate pieces that you're essentially sliding one on top of the other in the form of the glitch, this is one boot, but they're still two separate pieces. They are attached here, as you can see in the heel. They are attached right there. But down inside the boot, in there, you're never going to be able to see that, but in there, I can basically slide my hands all the way to the front, and now my fingers are right here actually. So I can slide my hand all the way down, and inside you can feel the sort of quad fit technology and exactly what the boot is made out of. So essentially what it is this sort of, you can see a good look of it there. Do you see that sort of, hang on, if I can get a shot, there we go, in there. So you can see that there. That material in there is the quad fit system, and you can actually see the laces in there as well. So that is the internal structure of the boot itself. That is your sort of quad fit system. Again, you can see that white material right there. that is the quad fit system. And so essentially what it is it almost feels like this Kevlar material. So essentially you have like this rough sort of mesh that kind of creates the inner booty fit, and the laces are just attached using these sort of lace loops that you can see right there. Now this collar right here, this is also made out of flyknit, but it's not nearly as compressed, elasticated, or as firm as other dynamic fit collars, whether that be on the Hypervenom Phantom, the Superfly, or even the Magistas. All the collars were very, very similar in terms of feel and material. They're almost identical. The only thing that changed was essentially the shape of them. This is just nothing here. This is very thin. There's nothing to it. It just feels like it's a little bit thicker than a real pair of socks, but that is basically what it feels like. And then this top layer here is also flyknit, but it's been heavily coated, and you can see that this is the sort of exposed flyknit with perforations throughout that will just allow you to stretch the boot out to get your foot into it. And then they've covered the outer part, or the outer shell, I suppose, with this very unique texture. It doesn't feel grippy in my opinion. I've seen other videos where people are saying, oh, it feels like grip, it feels like grip. It's a very heavily textured material. I don't really know what to do. It kind of feels like almost like some sort of sandpaper, not nearly as rough as actual sandpaper, but that is kind of the idea that you get, and it's a heavily textured. Now, I don't think it's grippy. It doesn't feel like rubber grip to me, but it's just a heavily textured material that kind of feels like a very forgiving sandpaper, if you will, and that is basically what this outer layer feels like. And then that is of course coated with ACC on top. And if you want to sort of understand what this texture is like, it's really, really thick in this area over here, which is kind of like a pass pad element, and then the elements get thinner and thinner and tinier throughout the other parts of the boot. So they're still present, they're not present on this sort of tongue area. Sole plate is redesigned. It does have this sort of curved feel again to it. You have the stiffener bar here that's kind of integrated in with a Nike swoosh, which is a unique little idea. You have these sort of bladed studs in the heel. You have uniquely conical shaped ones that make up the outside of the boot and the medial side here. This is similar to what we saw on the old CTR 360s. You have this almost 360 pattern here, a pivot stud in the middle. It looks like a good stud pattern, and it looks like it'll be somewhat forgiving. These are not quite conical, so it's a very interesting shape. I'm curious to see how those will perform. I wish they were conical. I did like the old Magista stud pattern a lot, so if they would have kept that, I would have been perfectly happy with that, but they did decide to change it. It looks thin. It is quite, wow, it's actually really flexible from right out of the box, more so than I thought, so I can bend it there very easily. There's not that much stiffness to it, so that might be somewhat of a concern when it comes to stability. If you're someone that really likes to sort of break in a sole plate, I think that is quite soft from right out of the box. And other than that, there's not too much else to talk about. I'll give you a quick look at the insole before we get into the on-feet portion. So again, you have a Nike Grip insole. It's a nice insole actually. You've got two pour-on inserts on a thin layer of foam. It's not as thin as other layers, so that's quite nice. It's a good substantial insole. It has the grip technology. It says the Phantom Vision logo right there, and it's got this nice sort of suede-y material on top that actually makes it feel quite nice. So decent insole right there. And that is pretty much it for the review and unboxing part of the Phantom Vision. I'm gonna slip them on feet, of course, so we can talk about fit and feel, and then get right back into the video. So there's a quick look at the Nike Hypervenom. Whoa, see, there's the problem with the name, not the Hypervenom. There's a look at the Nike Phantom Vision. For God's sakes, I don't understand why they have two Phantoms in there. Never mind, forget it. First things first, this boot is not nearly as wide as the old Magista line. That boot really had this thick sort of padded feel to it, and it was quite spacious, particularly in the forefoot. This boot doesn't really have that. It's a lot more streamlined. It really fits and hugs your foot quite nicely. It doesn't squeeze it the way a Mercurial would, but it is not as wide as a Magista used to be. So that is the first thing I noticed. The other thing I noticed right away is how Nike constantly messes up their sizing. I really don't know what to tell you guys. I really like Adidas because they tend to be consistent with their sizing. It doesn't matter what boot you go for in their lineup. They all have a unique fit, but the sizing is consistent, and that's what's good. Once again, Nike is all over the place. It doesn't fit the way the Magista does. I have a size 8 here. Normally I wear a 7.5 when it comes to football boots, and I actually think that I would probably buy an 8. I do feel a slight, like I'm talking as small as can be. There is a slight little bit of space in the forefoot for me, but I really think that my usual 7.5 would be too small. So I would probably say go up half a size if you are interested in buying these for yourselves. Try them on if you can, because I almost think that I would go up half a size if I were to actually purchase this boot for myself. Other than that, guys, I really like how, even though there's 2 layers on the boot, it doesn't feel bulky. That was something I was concerned about. It doesn't have this excessive sort of heavy and bulky feel to the boot. It's nice and streamlined. It creates a very unique fit. and given that the laces are covered, it just gives you a confidence. I like the way the boot looks looking down on my own foot. I really like the way the boot looks. It's streamlined, it fits well, it's got a unique feel to it. I'm not sure 100% about the heel. There is an internal heel counter, but I do feel a slight amount of discomfort in the heel, so that might just take a little while to break in. But other than that, I do like the way the boot fits. So I think it's a very solid release from Nike. I'm not 100% sold on it yet just because I don't know what it's like on an actual field when actually playing. But from first trying the boot on, it's got a great fit. The materials are unique. I do kind of like the texture that it has up top. I'm just not sure about fit 100% yet. I don't know if I would go 7.5 or I don't know if I would go 8 for me. So try them on if you can. But other than that, guys, they are a very solid release from Nike. It's just, again, stupid name in my opinion. Why on earth would you need a Hypervenom Phantom and a Phantom Vision? Call them something else, but it is a really unique boot, and I do like the way the boot looks from right out of the box. So that is my first look at the Phantom Vision from Nike, a brand new boot, so long Magista, as we said before. And again, thank you guys very, very much for watching. This is Mike McIntyre with All Things Sports. Be sure to check out that link down below. Evangelista is a great company. They have a lot of great stuff. Be sure to check them out, show them some love. And that's it for now, guys. I'm signing off for now. I'll catch you in my next video. Take care.